A WWE Hall of Famer has just revealed what WWE should be doing with Jey Uso, and I 100% agree. In today's video, we are going to be discussing what Kevin Nash, WWE Hall of Famer and always controversial figure, thinks WWE should do with the reunited Usos. Now, the Usos getting back together, that's been in the works for the last few weeks on Monday Night Raw, as we've all seen play out, especially on the September 29th episode of Monday Night Raw, where Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, made his big comeback and made the save for the Usos, although there is a little bit of dissent between the three men, and I will explain that in a little bit. Now, WWE is going with the idea, I believe, that we are going towards War Games. We're going to have the Division led by World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to take on Roman Reigns and the Usos. That's a pretty broad and bold statement to a lot of people, including myself. Now, Kevin Nash, this old man, hey, I respect what he's done in the game and in the business. He's got some interesting ideas, to say the least. Now, on his Kliq This podcast, he outlined his booking philosophy for the reunited duo. And now he believes that simply putting them back together is not enough and that they need a purpose that elevates the entire tag team scene. Now, keep in mind, hey, Kev, the reason that they're back together is for two different reasons, actually three reasons. Number one, you have the bloodline storyline with the Vision, and Roman needs numbers, okay? So that's number one. Number two, Jimmy Uso could not cut it as a singles competitor, and we all saw right through it, so WWE management was like, oh crap, let's do this. Let's get back the Usos. And number three, Jey Uso was just getting beat like a drum as a singles guy, okay? He was not going to be world champion again. Clearly, they made that clear. Clearly, they made it clear that they did not see him as a world champion because, well, let's just face it, his world title run sucked. So Kevin Nash believes that not only should the Usos not just get together, okay, let's not even do that. Let's not just do a simple reunion. No. He believes that the Usos need to win the tag team titles. I know, shocker, not the boldest of ideas, but here's where things get interesting. He believes that the Usos should have a year-long run as the tag team champions. Now, we've seen this song and dance before. We've seen this movie and this episode play out. They did that a few years ago, rehash the same feuds and matches over and over and over again, to the point where you should pretty much just skip to the finish to see something different. Well, if you bring in the Usos, a tag team, not only one of the greatest tag teams of all time, not only one of the most popular tag teams in modern WWE, but it also gives them a fresh coat of paint in the tag team division. They bringing the new fresh coat of paint, and the tag team division also giving somewhat of a familiar but different ideology to the Usos, right? So I'm not against this idea. I actually like this idea, and I think you should be as well. It does a few different things. As I have pitched numerous times, and as WWE has played it out, they, under Triple H, while not making tag team wrestling necessarily the most important thing on the show, but they do something very, very interesting. They will take main event talent stars and they'll just plug them into the tag team division if they don't have anything for them, or they want to protect them, or they have no envision of ever making them world champion, or at least in the immediate future. You look at Liv Morgan, she had a dominant run as women's world champion. She pivoted and formed a tag team with Raquel Rodriguez. They became women's tag team champions, and they were a ton of success. You look at Jade Cargill, when she first came into this company, she was paired with Bianca Belair. They were two-time tag team champions, and it worked out well for them. You look at Rhea Ripley right now, she is now paired with Io Sky, albeit not tag team champions, but she's at least in a tag team program, right? AJ Lee recently coming back and forming a tag team with her husband CM Punk to feud with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins for a cup of coffee, but still you get the point. They got the job done. So the idea of saying, hey, we understand, and really you gotta really focus on this and really pay attention, but it's like WWE has told you, hey, we understand that Jey Uso's over. We understand that he has a huge popularity surge, right? Going into 2024 into 2025, right? We get all that. And as we saw on the WWE Unreal series, it was WWE going, hey, Jey Uso, man, he's pretty over right now. Let's do something. We have lightning in a bottle. Why not? Let's run with it. Let's get the fans off our backs. Uh, if this is to believe to be true, but I can see this, right? You're in a creative meeting and you're just kind of pitching around ideas. And, a lot of people wanted Cena to win the Royal Rumble. And there was the push of, well, what if we just make Jey the winner, right? Like, let's throw a curveball. It sets up the Cena thing, which was a dramatic, disappointment and the heel turn and all that. But it's like, what if we made Jey Uso world champion? What if we had Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble? What if we had him eliminate John Cena? What if we went and had him lose to Gunther, literally 2 weeks prior to the Royal Rumble win, or World Heavyweight Champion, and let's just run it back at WrestleMania? Like, how pissed off would that make our fan base? Or how enraged, how confident would it make our fan base? What would be the reaction from our fan base? Well, let's try this out. Let's see what they can do. Let's see the type of reaction that we'll get. And that's exactly what WWE did. And you know what? Kudos to them. Kudos for them trying to do this. And it worked. And then they told you, oh, you thought Jey was going to get a credible run as world champ? No, he's not. Oh, silly goose. That's what they did. And it played out exactly like that. If you look and you pay a freaking attention to his world title run, it sucked. He didn't do anything. It was an afterthought. And then he lost it back and called it a day, right? He lost again, called it a day. So it's like, okay, clearly they don't see him as a world champion. Clearly they don't see him as a main eventer, but the dude sells a ton of merch. He's really over. The social media engagement's off the charts. Television ratings are off the charts. We got to do something with him. So going back to Kevin Nash's point, hey, let's just go back. Jimmy Uso is treading water. We cannot do anything to get this guy over on his own. So let's just put him back with his brother and call it a day. And that's what they've done. And Kevin Nash saying, hey, put the belts on them. There's nothing else going on in this division. Let them have a world title run as tag team champions for a year. And honestly, I agree with him. I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but on this one, yeah, I agree.